Hey everybody, Charles for HumbleMechanic.com back in action! Today with a tour of the new studio. So, as you guys know, I've been away for a little bit. I really hated to be away so long. I missed you guys, I missed doing videos for you, but it was really the only way that I could get all of this cool stuff that you're about to see done. So before we get into the show, let me throw a shout out to the sponsor of the day, CRP Automotive. You know, CRP Automotive really stepped up to sponsor the show to help me raise the level of what I provide to you guys. Without their sponsorship and without their support, I would not have been able to do all this really cool stuff that you guys are gonna see in a minute. So thanks guys at CRP Automotive. I appreciate you. I appreciate all the hard work that you've done to bring me on board, and I'm really excited to see some of the cool stuff that we're able to do now thanks to that. So check them out, crpautomotive.com. This is actually the exact same location I shot the show in before we did this whole remodel. You see my toolbox here, the Wolfsburg sign that everybody knows and loves. This was all open and just bare wall, so insulated drywall. I have an outlet right here, which is ultra cool. Let me know what you guys think of this. I was kind of thinking of making this like a viewers rides or something kind of section. Just post that in the comments, tell me what you think. But we're gonna put a couple more cool things on the wall back here, as well as finish out the stuff on top of my toolbox. So as I zoom out, you get a little bit better view of what it looks like above. You can see my Volkswagen signs up here. This blue one was the one that you've seen right behind where I used to sit. Also got my whiteboard there. Just a little shout out to Jason from Engineering Explained. You can see a window unit here. Right below the window unit is my welder that I embarrassingly still have yet to use. You'll also notice those two white boxes in the corner of your screen. Those are actually flush mount speakers that my buddy Mark hooked me up with, helped me install, and they sound awesome. I'll give you guys a quick demo of it when we get over to that section. As we keep scrolling around here, you'll see I got 3 Cobalt cabinets that I bought from Lowe's. I will say they're not professional grade. I think they're okay for at-home use. Definitely not something I would have if I was opening those drawers and cabinets all day long. They are a bit taxing and they hang up a tiny bit. Not terrible again. I'm perfectly happy with it here at the house and in the studio. Right above there, what I'm probably going to do is a pegboard to hang some really commonly used tools, as well as maybe another power strip right below. That way I have even more outlets. You can see the 2 outlets on the wall there. The funny thing about outlets, this garage had exactly 2. One for the garage door opener, and I'll show you where the other one was in just a second. So to have all of these outlets across the garage wall, as well as one right there below the air conditioner for the air conditioner specifically, is super awesome. You know, the mindset of building a garage, even an average person garage with only 1 outlet, just boggles the mind. So it's crazy, but I'm really happy with what we have now and the way it's set up and all the outlets that I got. You guys see the Cabby fits beautifully here. Obviously that's a small side door. The door to the right is the door out. Big door, obviously. A couple of Volkswagen signs. Those are old dealership signs. When the dealership remodeled, I was able to swindle my way into getting those, so that's super cool. For those of you guys that have not seen the Cabby before, here is my VR6 swapped 1988 Cabriolet. It's been a while since she's been on the road. We're experiencing some body electric issues with the lighting. Video's coming soon. I need to diagnose it, so I thought that would kind of be a fun journey to take you guys on and walk you through the diagnostic process. You see the bus sign over there with the sail on top, as well as a TV mounted right above that. It's cool. All the wires are hidden and everything ran through the walls. One of the great things about not having drywall, both on this wall where the TV is and on the wall at the back of the garage, is that it made it really easy to run all the electrical, all the audio and video cabling as well. I also have HDMIs set up so that I can hook a computer up to it, which at some point I'll do. That's a really cool setup for reading wiring diagrams, as well as you can see, watching Bob's Burgers on Netflix. So let's continue around the side of the garage here. We got more Volkswagen paraphernalia hanging out. There's my roll cart full of junk. This is definitely not a completed project. This will be an ongoing thing. I still have a lot of stuff that I want to clean up and make look a little nicer. And that roll cart is definitely one of them. At some point, I'll probably upgrade my roll cart and either take that back to the shop as just a parts running cart, or maybe sell it on Craigslist or something like that. On the engine stand here is the 1.4 liter hybrid engine that I have. I have it in a bag just purely because it leaks a little bit of oil and I don't want to leak anything all over the garage floor. You see right above the tall cabinet there is my audio receiver. That's actually the weak link of the stereo system. It's about 10 years old and doesn't have HDMI, so at some point I'll be upgrading that as well. It's just not in the budget for right now. That cabinet there, the short one on the right, is probably going to be my computer cabinet, and then the one on the left will be more of a workstation. I'll eventually build a worktop bench that goes across the two and bolt them together. Also, the cool thing is everything in the garage is on wheels, so as I need to either clean underneath or I get a crazy hair and want to rearrange the garage, I can just do that very easily by rolling everything around. When you set up a shop, especially at home, I highly recommend putting anything you can on wheels. It makes it so much easier just to move stuff around to either clean or, again, reorganize. One of the really awesome things about this speaker system is this wall volume knob. You know, Mark was kind of pushing me towards it. I was kind of into it, kind of not, but now that I have it, it's super awesome. All I got to do, just roll over and turn the tunes up or turn the tunes down. That way I don't have to have my phone on me or the remote for the receiver. Now we're actually on the other side of the garage. Here's a good look at what the studio looks like. It's small, but you know what? It really does a great job, and it's fun to shoot in that little location. When I add my table and my whiteboard stand for my notes, it gets a little crowded there, but I was actually able to move everything out a little bit now that we have more lighting and a little bit of airflow. Over on this wall here is our freezer. I got a refrigerator coming. I had to wait a little while just to recover from some of the hit of getting all this work done. You can see some beer signs that we've got hanging up. On top of the garage door is cool. You know, there's a ton of room up there, so I actually use that for some storage, things that I want in the garage, not out in the shed. And in that little cubby with the stupid round window, I got a ton of car parts and honestly just some junk that I kind of stashed there in order to keep the work area clean for the guys that were doing the work, hanging the lights and stuff. Speaking of lights, here we go. 4-foot fluorescent lights here. One fan and another light, and then on the other side it actually mirrors. So we have two fans just like that. I have the lights turned off because the light color is terrible. You can see it doesn't match the fluorescence at all. Also, in addition to having things on wheels, things on remote is super awesome, so I can control both fans with one remote, turn the lights on, turn the lights off, bump the fan speed up, turn it down, turn them off. There's also a remote for the air conditioner that I actually haven't used yet. This door here, that's the door into the house, and I'll go ahead and pan around here. You can see the whole garage door. So overall, I'm super excited. I love the new setup. I think you know, it's going to give me the opportunity to give you guys a different experience for the show, not only over here in the studio, but as well as, you know, DIYs on the Cabby. One thing I forgot to mention, right underneath that bus poster there on the left is going to be a 220 outlet for some future project fun. It's considerably brighter in here than it used to be. I used to only have lights where those two fans were. Just to give you an idea of how bright it really is in here, that's all the lights off. And I still have my studio lights on, but you can see how much light these fluorescent lights really do give off. So awesome studio. I love it. I'm really excited. This is going to give me the opportunity to do a lot more stuff in the garage. So there you have it, the brand new studio slash shop slash the garage attached to my house. Thank you guys so very much for being patient over the last few weeks. You know, I really hated to have to put the show on hold while we got all this work done, but it was really the only way that I was able to get it done. So thank you guys for being patient. I appreciate you. I appreciate you hanging out with me on social media while we were doing all this. You know, if you don't follow me on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or anything, I was posting updates as we went. You've seen some of the pictures as we've gone through the video. So thanks for that. And again, super shout out to crpautomotive.com. Their sponsorship was really what allowed me to do this for you guys and have a better shop, better studio, more lights, more equipment, and get it done so that I can do a better show for you guys. So I appreciate them. Check them out, crpautomotive.com. I'll put a link in the show notes for you guys. All right, guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, post it in the comments section below. Hey, if you like the video, throw the thumbs up on YouTube. I always appreciate that. You can also subscribe on YouTube or on the blog at humblemechanic.com. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the blog, and obviously here on YouTube. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Oh, and And I forgot to talk about the beer of the day, which I actually picked up in Ohio when I went up to the Eric the Car Guy meet. Hey, if you guys are Eric the Car Guy fans, you gotta get to this meet. It was so awesome. I met so many really rockin' cool people. Obviously got to see Eric, which was great. You know, I'm a big fan of Eric's and I consider him a good friend of mine, so it was awesome to see him. But anyway, two brothers from Warrenville, Illinois. They actually also have a restaurant in Aurora, Illinois, which when I lived in Illinois, I lived about 2 miles from. So not in the safest of neighborhoods, but ultra cool place, pretty good beer. This is Wobble IPA. Cheers.